Rise and shine, Rwanda. It's the 17th of August, 2017. Coming up on today's Rise and Shine Rwanda Presidential Election, and we get to hear about Kigali Up 2017 edition. Good morning, you're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda with me, Irene Kanengwa. Over the next half an hour, we bring you all the latest news and lifestyle stories from here in Rwanda and across the world. But first, let us take you through this week's news features. A 1,000 jobs are expected to be created by electronic waste dismantling and refurbishing plant in Bugesera district. This is one of the projects in Rwanda aiming at a green economy and sustainable development through refurbishing and recycling old materials such as computers and TV screens, metals and plastics, among others. The plant has set up e-waste collection points in all 30 districts of the country and so far created over 200 green jobs. In regional news, Kenya opposition Raila Odinga has kept Kenya in suspense as he pushes the day back to reveal his decision of his next move to contest a presidential poll that he claims was rigged in favor of President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta. His rejection of results has left at least 17 dead and hundreds injured since the election day, 8th August 2017. And in international news, hundreds of people have been killed and over 1,000 affected in mudslides near Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown. The Red Cross, already on ground for rescue, said it is struggling to extricate bodies that were covered up in the mud, and the country's president calls for urgent support. Now, take a look at the video derived from Reuters.
Massive mudslide killing more than 200 people in Sierra Leone on Monday, sweeping away homes just outside Freetown, the country's capital. Police and military personnel continuing their search for people trapped in the debris.
We are coordinating efforts to make sure we get people out. We have taken a lot of dead bodies. We have not so far taken out anybody alive.
Witnesses telling Reuters that a mountainside collapsed in the early hours on Monday, burying dozens of homes, including two-story buildings. One man who left his home early in the morning to buy bread said he returned to find his wife, children, siblings, and in-laws all dead. And officials say the death toll is expected to rise.
The death toll is high, but I cannot give a conclusive figure now.
Mudslides and floods are common during the rainy season in West Africa, where deforestation and poor town planning has put residents at risk. The Reuters witness saying rescue efforts have been hampered by bad roads and heavy rain.
You are still watching Rise and Shine Rwanda. Now let us bring it back to our local news. On 4th August 2017, presidential elections were held in Rwanda. Nearly 7 million Rwandans participated in the voting, with over 44,000 voted in the diaspora. President of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, was re-elected to a third 7-year term with 98.79% of the vote. And the inauguration ceremony is set this Friday, the 18th of August 2017. But first, let us take a look back on how the evening was full of bliss in Kigali.
Seen both during the day as elections were being carried out, and later in the night as large crowds containing mostly the youth waited for the election results, the hype was up and the people were dancing and singing celebratory music as they hoped for their favorite candidate to win. By midnight, the electoral body had counted results from 5 million out of the 6 million people that had participated in the polls. After the announcement that President Paul Kagame had beaten his opponents by 98.6%, he delivered his victory speech where he urged Rwandans to work even harder to address some of the ongoing issues.
Akazi ubu kagiye gutangira nanone nkuko twari dusanzwe tubakora. Ubu ni imyaka 7 yo gukomeza kwita ku bibazo dufite mu Rwanda yugarije abanyarwanda ndetse birimo gukomeza k'umunyarwanda abo umunyarwanda ko tudaharanira kuba ikindi kintu kitari umunyarwanda ahubwo dushaka kuba umunyarwanda muzima uteye imbere wigeza kuri byinshi uko tubyifuza.
We, the Rwandans, have made our decision on who is to be our president for the next 7 years. Let's look forward to more success and prosperity. Karamba Fidelis, Rise and Shine Rwanda.
Now joining us in studio is Mr. Innocent Ninsiima, a former youth representative to the Commonwealth. Welcome to the studio, Innocent.
Thank you so much, Irene, for hosting me today.
How are you? How do you feel?
I'm good and grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, Mr. Innocent, starting with the elections, how was the election day? How do you feel about it? How did it go?
Well, as a young Rwandan, I was looking forward to this day because we had spent over 3 weeks around the country supporting the political party that we believe in and the president that we believe in so much. So after 3 weeks of moving around the country, it was just like that one feeling where you have that it's the D-Day, it's like your marriage day. You know, after so many days, yeah, this is the D-Day. So we're excited, and I woke up that morning with my family and my friends and went that day to cast our votes, and I'm very happy that the day went well, was so calm, and the weather was so good.
Yeah. From the polling stations, people just rushed to FP headquarters to celebrate. Do you think that was right to straight away celebrate before the final results?
Actually, what happens is that many people believed they knew what they were voting for, and they believed that His Excellency Paul Kagame under the Rwanda Patriotic Front was going to win. So, and that was on 4th August. So by midnight, His Excellency had over 98% as the provisional result. So it was very okay for people to go to the headquarters in Osoro and start celebrating what they call the Ijoli Ntsinzi.
So, because people already knew what the results were like, what do we have to wait for the inauguration after some days? Why doesn't it occur immediately and the winner just wears in?
Well, Rwanda is a very democratic country, simply because we know the provisional results. The final results come for the National Electoral Commission, which had to wait for it to announce the results. Secondly, organizing an inauguration involves logistical issues, you know, because you have guests who are coming over, you have the guests you have invited, and all the logistical things involved. So it's fine for the organizers of the inauguration to take their time, and also give us time to first enjoy the initial things before we go on the final day. So I think it's okay and it's very right for people to wait for a few weeks before the inauguration takes place.
And by the way, what has been the opposition's reaction about the results? Were they contented?
Yes, I would say they were contented because after the final results were announced, the other two contestants, that's Mr. Felipe and Mr. Habineza, conceded and said that they were going to continue doing their political work, which is very okay, and which shows political maturity. So the opposition was very mature by my perspective, and they did a very good job in accepting the results and going back to work, which is one thing about the beauty about Rwanda, is that at time politics stops and then everyone goes back to work and building the country continues.
So Innocent, any thoughts about this presidential inauguration?
The presidential inaugurations will be an exciting day, very busy for everyone involved, especially Rwandans and who voted for His Excellency Paul Kagame. So it will be a busy day, and to me it will be a day of joy, an exciting day, because it will further establish our statement as Rwandans, that especially as young people, that we believe in His Excellency, and we believe where this country is going, and we are determined to play our role in achieving a lot in the next 7 years. Yeah.
The coming 7 years is quite a long time with President Paul Kagame. It's another chance to have him. What is, on behalf of the youth, what could be their expectations? Well,
first, I would say that we had about 45% of young people voting recently, and over 254,000 first-time voters. So it's exciting that what the future holds for the young people themselves. Because one, they are going to play an active role, but also His Excellency said that whatever we've been doing, we're going to do it two times of the energy. We're going to put 2 times of the energy that we've been putting in. So I believe that for the next 7 years, as a young person, a lot is going to be achieved. A lot in terms of economic improvement of the lives of Rwandans, political stability and political maturity. And also, Rwanda itself is going to have a greater role on the African continent. So I believe that the next 7 years bring a lot of opportunities, also a lot of challenges. But I believe that Rwandans, as one thing that I've come to learn about us is that we tend to see an opportunity in every challenge, and I believe that's what the 7 years is going to bring for us. Yes.
Thank you so much. You've heard it from Innocent Ninsiima, a former youth representative to the Commonwealth. Thank you so much for coming to our studio.
It's been a pleasure being here. Thank you so much for hosting me.
All right, more still to come. You're still watching Rise and Shine Rwanda. We'll get back after a short break. Kigali Up, which has been running for 7 years now, is back for 2017. Every year it has brought together world-famous musicians for a weekend of live musical performances and other fun activities in Kigali. It will be happening this Saturday 19th to Sunday 20th August. In studio with us is Mr. Andreas, one of the organizers of Kigali Up. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Mr. Andres, it's 7 years now since Kigali Up started in 2011. How benefiting has it been so far to the local artists and the country at large?
First of all, I have been a participant the first 6 years, so this is the first year where I'm part of the organizing team. But I have been part of the creative industry and trying to build the creative industry just like Kigali Up has, and of course a festival like Kigali Up is playing a huge role in the whole music scene in a country like Rwanda, and that's also why you see Ministry of Sport and Culture, they're heavily on board, RDB, city of Kigali and so on, is because we are increasingly realizing in Rwanda that the creative industry has such a big potential for a country in revenue and so on.
We realize there is a kids session this time.
Yes.
Why did you choose to involve kids now?
Well, I think creativity comes, when you are kids, you are creative. And then we have, as human beings, we have a way of killing creativity the older we get. But I think if we capture the youth and the kids and bring them on board at an early stage, I think that's very, very important. So that's why we start already at 10 o'clock this year. And the Kids Festival is from 10 to 3 p.m., where we have a very large range of activities such as workshops, music workshops, dance workshops, drawing workshops, and not only entertaining the kids but actually engaging the kids. That's very important to us, and we have professionals coming in and working with the kids. So that's fantastic, and that's going to be a great energy, I think, to the whole festival.
And women in music is the theme. What's behind that theme?
Well, women are behind a lot of things in this world, and increasingly should be. So we think it's important that we, as festival, also celebrate and emphasize on female artists. So that's why we have been trying to put a special emphasis on this in the 2017 edition of Kigali Up.
It's 2017 now. What's new in this package? What is special that we shouldn't miss?
Well, what is new? I think the lineup this year is very ambitious. We wanted to be ambitious this year and the future years. So we have Alpha Blondy, which is a fantastic star in Africa. We have Pato Ranking, which is a superstar for the young crowd. We have Ismailo again this year. He was at Kigali Up doing a fantastic performance 4 years ago, and is looking forward to come back and give us a good time with him. But then we have Manu Gallo from Côte d'Ivoire. We have Quantum Split from US, brought actually by the US Embassy. Plus of course Riderman and King James and a lot of different Rwandan artists. I think we have like the best lineup Rwanda has ever seen, and I just can't wait to see it kick off on Saturday. Unfortunately, I won't be participating that much myself. I'll probably be running around.
Running up and down.
We as a team will do our best to give you a fantastic experience. Yeah.
Is it specifically for Rwandans? Do we accept intruders from other countries or other areas?
Like this year, we have been trying to really push our friends and neighbors, DRC, Congo.
The region.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the region, and our ambition is actually in the coming years to also be able to attract from the broader Africa, and that's easier said than done. I understand that, but again, no one thought that Kigali Up would be able to put together a lineup like we have this year, and we did it. So we're proud and we're ambitious, and we want to give people a good time. We want to have the creative industry go up and expand and improve and professionalize, and I think Kigali Up has been and will continue to play a very important role in that.
So what's about the book, Mr. Andreas?
Yes, well, I have a very important message, I think, and that's to you guys out there. If anyone wants to see Alpha Blondy like I want to, and I think he has many fans here in Rwanda, then he plays on Sunday at 3 o'clock, not at 4, but 3, because and we can't delay, so you have to be there because he's leaving shortly after. So it has to be at 3 o'clock. And remember to buy your tickets before, because you can save a lot of money. Looking forward to have a fantastic festival, and my woman, my everything.
Yeah, well, more still to come. You are still watching Rise and Shine. We'll be right back. Don't forget, we love to hear your thoughts, comments and feedback on what we are talking about here on Rise and Shine. Tweet us at Rise and Shine RW, like us on Facebook, send us your ideas for programs. Check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda YouTube page where you can catch all the shows and the reports we do. Find us on Instagram, Rise and Shine RW. We love to see your pics, or check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda website. Well, that's all we have time for today. We love to hear your feedback, and do let us know if you have any idea for the program. You've been watching Rise and Shine with me, Irene Kanengwa. But for now, from me and the rest of the Rise and Shine team, we wish you a pleasant week.